All right, guys. So this is going to be another comic review and another book sent to me by my friend Chris. Thank you as always, brother. And as you can see, we're going to be talking about today Absolute Superman, Son of the Demon. This is the second volume of Jason Aaron's Absolute Superman run. And yeah, so this comic if you guys remember a few months ago when I did my review of Absolute Superman Volume 1, I said I wasn't impressed by it. It was the weakest of the Absolute line at the time. In fact, when I did my rankings of the first arcs of them, I basically said Absolute Superman was my weakest. There were things I still liked about it, but I definitely felt like Absolute Superman was the weakest that we had compared to Batman and especially Wonder Woman, which I make it no secret that I think Absolute Wonder Woman is the best of the Absolute line. Yeah. No disrespect to Absolute Batman, but I just think Wonder Woman's better. But yeah, people were telling me in the comments, just hold on for one more volume. It gets better in volume 2. Jason Aaron actually gets to do a proper story in volume 2. So I was like, okay, I can't wait to see what volume 2 is like. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm glad. You guys were right. It does feel like it feels like the actual story starts here. It took about it should not take 6 issues to get where you're going, but now I finally see where Aaron is going with the story of Absolute Superman. So if you guys remember in the Absolute universe, Ra's al Ghul is a Superman villain who runs the Lazarus Corporation, and Clark's been at war with him for a bit, using his internal computer Soul, who I kind of think there are some spoilers because this book has been out for a bit. I do think that they'll bring back Soul, but make him the absolute red tornado, because there's a moment in here where he's he's making whirlwinds like the Soul computer. And he also mentions tornado mode. And I'm just like, it's red like his cape, but could they bring Soul back as the absolute red tornado? I feel like that could happen. Anyway, so Superman's now directly at war with them. Lois is no longer with the Lazarus Corporation, though she does get shanghaied into it. And she basically is forced because of her father and their hold over him to work with them. And Jimmy Olsen is a member of the Omega Men. The Omega Men in this universe are a group of freedom fighters. Or are they? So the comic is really great. This comic basically feels like a true Superman book. This feels like a really great adaptation of the Superman comic. And it's all about Superman's, he has all this power and he can change the world, but will he let violence take over? And Ra's whole plan is, I want Kal to be my successor. I want him to be Son of the Demon. And that's kind of the thing. The Absolute, I know people talk a lot about the Absolute Batman villains. There's some just fucked up stuff that the Absolute Superman villains are doing. Although I guess you could say Ra's Batman, but not in this, whatever. I already talked about in a short that Absolute Brainiac is just a complete nightmare. He's just a total psychopath that should be lumped in with the Absolute Batman villains. But Ra's is also equally cruel in here. There's a moment where he dunks a guy in the Lazarus pit, makes him young, then takes the baby and throws it over a building over a 10-story window, and it splats on the pavement in front of a couple. Yeah. But what I like about this book is that this is the core of Superman. This is what it means to be Superman. This is now where it didn't feel like even with Batman and Wonder Woman, there was a core of what they were there. In Aaron's first arc, I was like, there's nothing really here to make me go, yeah, this feels like a Superman book. here it's starting to get the pieces there. Like we're starting to get the feeling of a proper Superman book. I will also say that the leader of the Omega Men being Talia al Ghul, I clocked that in volume 1. I was like, it's Talia, isn't it? And I was kind of expecting, I wasn't expecting the betrayal, although I should have. But I kind of knew the leader of the Omega Men was going to be Talia. But I was not expecting the betrayal and reveal that, like, it was just all Lazarus the whole time. Like, it was just that Talia and this was just how they, the Omega Men were being used to tighten the corporate grip that Lazarus had. Like, they were just, and the insurgents were just basically used as pawns. Ain't that a little effed up? It's not like that really, like people using people's agendas against them in order to further corporate or foreign greed. That's never happened in the real world. Sorry, just God, I don't know where that came from. Anyway, Raphael Sandoval's artwork is phenomenal in here. There's not a page wasted. It's great. I also love how this comic ends feeling like a true Superman book. And Jason Aaron, like it was a weird pick to have him be the writer. Cause I was like, really? Aaron, the guy who does like Conan and all the extreme characters, that's who you want for Superman? And in that first arc, I was like, I don't know where he's going with this. Like, it doesn't feel like there's a clear voice for Superman, where by like issue 5 or 4 or 5, or even by issue 1, a lot of the other absolute versions of the characters from the other writers felt like true incarnations of them. So I was just kind of left wanting in that first arc, but I'm glad I stuck on for a second volume because now there is a lot in here, like talking about like God and making reference that Darkseid is God of this universe. The whole thing with the father box, and yeah. Jason, it just it did take a while. I'm not gonna lie. This book is a solid story arc. It's a great story arc, and I can't wait to see how they incorporate the other characters. Like, I'm looking forward to volume 3 when we get Absolute Hawkman and Luthor and all these others. But yeah, this is a great. I wouldn't say starting point, but now I'm actually like, I get it now. I get what Aaron is trying to do with Absolute Superman. I get what he's trying to accomplish with this comic, and I am all for it now. So, yeah, if you weren't impressed by volume 1, I would say give you volume 2 a look. It's definitely worth it. I love the direction. The fights were pretty solid. And I was kind of left wanting because yesterday I talked about Ultimate Wolverine and how I felt some of the fights were just real too fast. Here, it's like, it's not just that the fights are, you feel the impact of them, especially in the final Superman Ra's fight. It actually feels like there's actual weight and gravitas to it. And it's not just, I wanted a big fight. It's not like that at all. It's actually like there were stakes. It actually felt like there's emotional weight to these fights rather than cool action piece. So yeah, Chris, thank you for this book. And if you guys enjoyed Absolute Superman Volume 2, let me know in the comments below what you guys thought of it. Comment below, let me know. Other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.